Hello viewers, got a really interesting stock for you here today. Now they're from Ireland, but you can trade them anywhere in the world, the US, UK, German stock exchanges, or if you can't get your hand on the underlying stock, then spread betting, CFDs available throughout the world. Now who are they? They're a company from Ireland, and the brands that they actually own underneath their banner really astounded me. And you'll find that maybe this play is good in either good or bad economic situations. And like I said, they've been on a tear up really for most of this year. Can they go any higher? Well, I'm going to look at the charts and see where they might be heading next. But like I said, got great potential, and one definitely worth having a deeper look into. So with that, let's get into the analysis. So the company in question are called Flutter Entertainment PLC. As I mentioned, they're an Irish company, but with a global sports betting and gaming background. Now, operates four main divisions: UK and Ireland, Australia, International, and US. And the UK and Ireland division, well, that's got Sky Betting and Gaming, Paddy Power, Betfair, Tombola brands, a range of sportsbook and exchange and gaming services across both those countries, along with over 600 Paddy Power betting shops. Now the Australian division's got Sportsbet brand that offers sports betting, and the international division, PokerStars, Adjurabet, Betfair and Junglee. And if we go over to the US, big names like FanDuel, TVG, Stardust, FoxBet and PokerStar brands, all give regulated, real money, free to play sports betting, online gaming, all these fantasy sports, online racing, betting type services across the US. So they really are a company that covering off all the bases in that world of gaming. And like I said, when the economy is bad, people want to bet their way out of trouble, and when it's good, they've got spare cash to bet. So this is a sort of company that you might want to take a look at. Market cap just over 28 billion. Revenues, you're talking $7-8 billion dollars. So a good, effective company. And as we're going to see when we look at the shares, stock price, they've been doing extremely well. So diving straight into the charts for a longer term view of Flutter Entertainment, we've got the weekly candlestick chart. Up the top, notice two tickers on you so you can track them on your own charts. And if you're in the US, PDYPY, and the UK, FLTR. Now onto that chart, and we can see that it's had a high in here around about March 21 of 17,170, and then it pulled all the way back down to those lows just under 8,000, and since then we've had this great run up of 140% to those highs more recently, which it tried to break on up through that, like I say, that area 17,170, and then pull back down into those nice 2 standard deviation regression bands there, where you can see it's been ranging very nicely and looking to push on, like I said, through that high. And we've got the bullish momentum still there at the bottom, so that's very encouraging. But it's got to get through that high area, and then next target, it's a way up, but it's 22 and a quarter thousand there. Quite possible if it can just hold and break that, like I said, that high in the early 17,000s. Now if you're into your short-term trade and want to get back in, then the line break chart here can help you with those reversals. Now currently we can see the price just pulling off, which is a good sign if we are bullish for getting back in, because that gives us a couple of numbers for potential re-entry around 16,000 and 16,150 if we want to join back in on the bullish side. But again, on this chart you can clearly see the nice trend line and momentum. Like I said, just at the moment feeling a bit weak, but we're going to look for that reversal in the price to join back in on that trend if we're bullish. Now onto the Renko charts, shorter term and medium term, using a 80 block size for those interested. So quite aggressive. Let's head into the shorter term first on the left. Now we can see that recent pullback that we've talked about, and that's giving us some weakness in our signals below. Although we've got the stochastics at the bottom here, so neutralising the other oscillator above that. So pretty neutral there at the moment. We can just see that price just trying to turn on round. It's above its moving average, trending up. In terms of targets in the shorter term, gets through this 16,000 zone, 16,800. And the early 17,000s, the next zone, but it's probably going to be a bit slower around here because of those highs that we just talked about. If it fails here, we got support around the mid 15,000s, and then key Fibonacci area at 15,000. Now in the longer term, is it a similar looking picture where we've got the nice run up? As we can see, momentum still holding bullish in both indicators. You can see the price pushing on up. We got this breakout Donchian setup here, those two pink lines. It's just pushing its head through there, and it would then be targeting 16,280, then 16,785, so very similar to the shorter term first upside target, and then breaking through those highs into the 17,000. So summarize the technicals there, it's just pulling back a little. You know, the momentum, that bullish momentum that's been going on for the last 4 months, just coming off, but we could possibly looking into, you know, a pullback and buy in, you know, a short-term buy the dip if we're still bullish on this trade. So with all that lot, let's give Flutter a score. So in terms of a score, I'm going for bullish. The slight pullback I don't think is too much to worry about, and you can time your way in. And we've got some ideas there in the top right with the line break chart, 16,000, 16,150, both the short term, longer term Renko charts, both looking very good. And in terms of targets, the upside 2.13 and 3.13 to 1, and the downside 1.86 and 3.29 to 1. So overall, still looking pretty decent for a longer term bet. So from what we've seen, Flutter looks a great, you know, possible bullish trade for the short, medium and longer term, but be very wary of where most of these type of gaming, you know, stocks fall down, and that is regulation. Now this is a global stock, so you know it's big in the US, Australia, UK, you know, globally, so watch out for the news around regulation. That could add some serious volatility to the stock price, definitely the negative. So always keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on in that sector if you're betting on this type of stock. But potentially, you know, it has a great future ahead of it in the short, medium, long term. I've been trading it this year very successfully, and you know, at the moment with the charts looking at the just slight pull off, it could be a buy the dip opportunity for more longer term gains. But like I say, be careful of that volatility and do your risk management and due diligence very thoroughly before getting into any such trade. Now if you've liked the video today and you want to learn more about the charts and the strategies that I use and utilize in the world of trading, I'll put together a great playlist for you. It's called the Ultimate Free Trading Course. Work your way from the top to the bottom. It's got everything in there that you need to know, and that playlist is coming up now.